I love you, man. All right. I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
No, people don't really know me.
Who is this person, the Sean Combs, that we don't know?
We have yet to find out. You have to come along for the ride. You have to come, I mean, that's the whole part of the journey. That's the whole part of entertainment.
Diddy has been arrested for the crime ring he's been running since at least 2008. But it appears that Diddy has been telling us for years about the illegal activity he's been doing, but no one was paying attention. Now, one of the most shocking revelations comes from an interview he did with Entertainment Tonight in 1999. He was talking about his parties and had this to say: "They won't give me a permit for the parties, they don't want me to throw parties no more, but we ain't gonna stop, we're gonna keep having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. They're going to be shutting them down. They're probably going to be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time." Yeah, now the fact that he says they're probably going to arrest me is just crazy. He knew what he was doing was wrong and that he could get in trouble for it, but he continued anyway. Looking back, people should have taken this more seriously, as maybe we could have saved so many victims from him if he was investigated sooner. I mean, more than 120 victims have come forward, and who knows how many lives he has ruined from inviting people to his parties. Now, in 2002, Diddy made an appearance on Late Night with Conan O'Brien, and while there, he said some pretty concerning things. Conan asked him what makes a Diddy party so great, and Diddy goes on to list things that you need, like beautiful ladies, beautiful men, booze, water, and locks on the doors. Yeah, one of those things is not like the other. Conan then interjected about the locks, asking if the parties were safe. Diddy then played it off as a joke, but with what we know now, there probably were locks on the doors, so he could control his victims better. Now, I feel with him saying this, it's so clear that some not so legal things happened at his parties. I mean, no normal party needs locks to keep guests locked in. And I think this is some pretty crazy evidence. I mean, he just tattled on himself. The problem is though, people think it's just a joke, but he's been telling us the truth the whole time. Diddy appeared on many episodes of the Ellen DeGeneres Show, but one interview where he talks about his parties really sticks out as creepy. He tells Ellen that she's always invited to any of his parties. Ellen later asked what time the party would typically start, with Diddy replying around 9:30 p.m. She comments that she expected them to start around midnight, but Diddy then saying, "No, that's a different type of party," while laughing. A different type of party? You mean where crimes were being committed? Now, Diddy went on to say, "And we'll have the top 2 floors of the hotel where it will carry on," before Ellen cut in saying, "I know about them." Yeah, I do not like that at all, and Ellen definitely knows something. And then there's the fact that recently one of her tweets about Diddy has resurfaced and is just straight up weird. She says, "Happy birthday P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, or as I call him, Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff. You don't need to know why, at I am Diddy." Yeah, I am uncomfortable. Then there's all of Diddy's interviews and videos with Justin Bieber. When Justin rose to fame, Diddy stepped in as a mentor and acted as a guide for Justin's rising stardom, just like he did with Usher. Looking back now though, Diddy shouldn't have been as involved as he was, and there were definitely some strange things happening behind the scenes where Justin should have been protected. American singer Jaguar Wright reveals that Diddy had been trying to gain control over Justin, but struggled until Usher stepped in, took over management, and ultimately handed Bieber over to Diddy for 48 hours. In a video from that time, Diddy says he's having 48 hours with Diddy, where we're hanging out and what we're doing we can't really disclose. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He continued on by saying he signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I don't have legal guardianship of Justin, but for the next 48 hours he's with me, we're gonna go full crazy. Now, what does that mean? I guess only Diddy and Justin will know the truth, but it doesn't sound good when you consider everything Diddy has now been exposed for doing. Then another resurfaced video between Diddy and Justin has been circulating online, and in it they're at a studio together and Diddy confronts Justin about not responding to his messages or communicating with him as much anymore. Diddy says, "Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out." Now Justin, who was still very young at the time, stuttered, saying, "I mean, you tried to get in contact with me throughout all my projects and whatnot, but you never got my number." He then felt so pressured that he actually gave Diddy his personal phone number. And then there was the time Diddy literally scolded Justin in front of the entire world when the pair had a joint interview with Jimmy Kimmel in 2011. During the interview, Diddy was constantly praising Justin, saying he's like everyone's little brother, and Jimmy then asked Justin if Diddy had given him any gifts since he was so proud of the star, and then the vibes of the interview changed. Justin said, "He got me a Lamborghini, I haven't gotten it yet though." Diddy then said the Lamborghini for a day or two and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody. Yeah, a lot of the things he said and just his relationship with Justin in general was just very strange, and I really can't believe that people were okay with it. Well, that's all for our list of every time Diddy destroyed his own career during an interview.
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
I will be here waiting for you. I have a special party announcement. Okay? Coming to town, coming home to town. Yeah, take that.
Diddy is in jail for the crime ring. He ran out of his infamous parties, but now photos are being leaked and we know what the parties looked like and which celebrities were invited. Now, a lot of photos are from Diddy's white parties where everyone wore all white. In various photos, we can see celebrities hanging out together, like from his July 2nd party in the year 2000. An image of the star and Jennifer Lopez was taken of them sitting on a pile of pillows. Now, J-Lo and Diddy dated for 2 years from 1999 to 2001 until Jennifer discovered that he cheated on her. But while they were together, she would frequent his parties often. Now there's a group picture from this event and it shows celebrities like Russell Simmons, Aaliyah, Matthew Broderick, Sarah Jessica Parker, Andre Harrell, and Veronica Webb. Then there are photos from a Labor Day party on August 29th, 1998. In one photo, you can see Diddy standing on his balcony just watching everyone, which isn't as innocent as it once seemed. There's also photos of Leonardo DiCaprio in attendance. Now in the past, Diddy once named Leo as the #1 person on his white party invitation list, which raises some eyebrows. A source close to Leo though says that he has not been in contact with Combs for years, saying he never attended freak-offs and has nothing to do with the case. Now the pair were last seen together in 2019 when Leo attended Diddy's 50th birthday party. The source went on to say Leonardo DiCaprio has absolutely nothing to do with any of this. He's attended a few of his parties back in the early 2000s, but literally everyone did. He has nothing to do with any of that world, so for anyone to assume that he'll get roped into this based on a few grainy photos that are more than 20 years old is ridiculous. I don't know though, it's a little suspicious considering Leo was one of the #1 people on Diddy's list to invite. More celebrities seen in these photos include Chevy Chase, Russell Brand, Vera Wang, Jay-Z, and various music industry lawyers and businessmen. Some celebrities who regularly attended these parties reportedly included members of the Kardashian family, Paris Hilton, Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, and Martha Stewart. Now in 2008, Paris Hilton even spoke out about attending Diddy's first ever party in 1998, saying it was iconic and everyone was there. Speaking about his first party, Diddy said there were 200 people sitting out here just having a down-home cookout, adding he included Leonardo DiCaprio after he just finished Titanic was there as well. Now when it came to his guests, Diddy has also said that he has the craziest mix of guests, telling Oprah Winfrey in 2006 that he brought some of my boys from Harlem and relatives from down south together with socialites because he wanted to strip away everyone's image and put us all in the same color and on the same level. So there was a real mix of people in attendance. Now, an inspiring singer who was invited to one of Diddy's parties had a horrible experience and has spoken out about what she went through. Tania told the Soft White Underbelly YouTube channel that her phone was taken by security upon entry, leaving her with only photo booth pictures as proof of her actually being there. Now she released these photos, but they honestly look normal, which is crazy because she claims that there were horrifying things going on inside Diddy's house during the party. She said she tried telling people what happened to her before, before, but it was too crazy that they didn't believe me. Then when she went into the house, she was completely shocked though by what she saw. I don't judge people, but you know when people are out of their mind, she said. I'm seeing stuff that you see in the movies. This corner they're doing this corner they're doing that. She said she had a bad feeling about it and left, which was honestly the best call as it might have saved her life.
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
I was up. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
Why'd you move to LA?
Oh, for the kids.
Diddy has been arrested and will probably be going to jail for a very long time. But he definitely wasn't running his crime ring by himself, so here's some celebrities we suspect were involved. Starting off, we have Ashton Kutcher. Diddy and Ashton have been friends since the early 2000s, and they first met through MTV as Ashton was hosting his prank show, Punk'd. They then quickly became friends, and Ashton attended his parties. During a 2019 appearance on Hot Ones, Ashton explained that their really bizarre relationship began after Diddy told Ashton that he wasn't allowed to prank him on Punk'd. Then, when he was asked for his favorite Diddy Party story, Ashton avoided answering. I've got a lot I can't tell, he said, and took a pause. Can't tell that one either, he said with a laugh. I'm actually cycling through them. Diddy Party stories, man, that was some weird memory lane thing. Then in 2018, Ashton joined Diddy on The Late Late Show and spoke about their friendship. Now, since Diddy was arrested, insiders have claimed that Ashton is terrified that Diddy could say anything, do anything, or turn on anyone to get out of jail. Ashton absolutely regrets his friendship with Diddy considering what has happened, an insider told DailyMail.com. He feels lied to, betrayed, taken for granted, and manipulated. Ashton does have fears about how this investigation will play out, the insider said. But if Ashton didn't do anything wrong, then he shouldn't be worried, right? Then there's the Kardashian family. Now, they definitely know something, as one, they're the most powerful family in Hollywood, and two, Khloe Kardashian has spoken about the Diddy parties before. During a 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe hinted that there was a lot of nudity at Diddy's parties. Khloe told her older sister Kourtney Kardashian that she spent the weekend with a bunch of her friends, including Diddy, Quincy Combs, Justin Bieber, and French Montana. Later on, she spoke more about the party to Kourtney and one of her friends who was also there. I haven't been to bed yet, I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m., Khloe shared. Well, this party, I think half the people were butt naked, she added. Now, Kourtney wanted to know more about this, but when Khloe's friend went to explain, Khloe shushed her and said, "Stop talking." Now, it seems like she was trying to hide what really goes on at these parties, and currently a clip from a 2016 episode of Cocktails with Khloe has gone viral, showing Khloe and Kourtney talking to Diddy. Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff. Now, Diddy simply responded, "Yeah," to which Khloe added, "We've been known to party with you a few times." Now, she turned to her sister Kourtney asking, "Do you remember Diddy's birthday?" To which Kourtney admitted, "Yes, I forgot about that. That was an epic night too." Then an Instagram post that Khloe posted in December 2019 has resurfaced, as the photo shows Khloe alongside her sisters Kylie and Kim posing next to Diddy. Now, the caption reads, "Nothing like a Diddy party." Then there's Ellen DeGeneres. Now, a lot of stuff has come out about Ellen over the years, and with her being close to Diddy, it doesn't really look good for her. Recently, one of her tweets about the star has resurfaced, and it's just weird. She said, "Happy birthday p-diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, or as I call him, Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff. You don't need to know why, at I am Diddy." Yeah, that is just weird. Now, Diddy has actually been a guest on her former talk show, and he said some things that raised some eyebrows. He tells Ellen that she's always invited to any of his parties, and Ellen later asks what time the party would typically start, with Diddy replying around 9:30 p.m. She then comments that she expected them to start around midnight, with Diddy then saying, "No, that's a different type of party," while laughing. Ugh, a different type of party. You mean the one where the crimes were being committed? Ugh. And Diddy went on to say, "And we'll have the top 2 floors of the hotel where it'll carry on," before Ellen cut in, saying, "I know about them." Yeah, I do not like that at all, and Ellen definitely knows something. Then there's Usher. Now, he might have actually been a victim in all of this, but there's no doubt that he's connected to Diddy. Usher first met Diddy as a teenager and he ended up living with him for a while. Now later on, Usher went on Howard Stern and told him about some things that happened. He said, "I went there to see the lifestyle and I saw it, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild, it was crazy." Now when Stern questioned if his children would ever attend such a camp, Usher answered firmly, hell no. Then after Diddy was arrested, it appeared that Usher deactivated his Twitter. People said this was sus and that he probably had some incriminating tweets, but Usher then returned to Twitter claiming that his account got hacked and he didn't delete it himself. But with the timing of all of this, some people just aren't convinced. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends for a very long time, as Jay-Z actually appeared on Diddy's debut album, No Way Out, in 1997. Now the two have been photographed together on many occasions, recently too. They were seen together at the 2020 Pre-Grammy Awards and in 2022 to honor DJ Khaled on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. There have now been rumblings online that Jay-Z has been heavily involved in Diddy's crime ring. 50 Cent, who hates Diddy, actually joked about this, posting to Instagram saying, "Anyone see Jay? LOL." He posted in March after the FBI raids on Diddy's homes, alongside a picture of Jay-Z's face on a milk carton with the word missing. Jay in hibernation, he ain't coming outside till this with Puff blow over, no brunch, no lunch, no dinner, LOL. 50 Cent then posted in May. Last week, Suge Knight spoke to Chris Cuomo on News Nation from prison and called out some of the biggest rappers for not denouncing Diddy's behavior. "I look at it real plain and simple, I ain't no whistleblower," he said over the phone. "The facts are there, but right now I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay-Z, I don't care if it's Snoop Dogg, I don't care if it's The Game, I don't care if it's Drake, nobody is stepping up." Now, with these people not speaking out, does it mean that they possibly had something to do with what Diddy did? I don't know, but it's definitely something to think about. And also, Jay-Z and Beyonce do everything together, so if Jay is involved, I'm sure Beyonce is too. Now, 50 Cent seems to have a lot of dirt on Diddy. How and why? Personally, I have no clue, but 50 Cent has made it clear that he hates the man. Now, the two of them have had it out for one another for almost as long as 50 Cent has been in the entertainment industry. Now, I just need to know what 50 Cent knows because he's been hating on Diddy for such a long time, and it has to be for a specific reason, right? Well, it seems like he's now using his information for good, as he told The Hollywood Reporter that he'd be producing a documentary on Diddy and his downfall. He spoke about why people in the industry have remained silent about the issue. As he said, some of them were involved at the parties and enjoyed themselves, so they don't know what the F is on tape or what's not on tape. So they're not going to say anything because they might have had too much fun. And then you've got other people who look and go, well, that's not my business and I don't want to be in it. Now, he also added that the two were never close friends and he only saw their collaborations professionally and avoided going to his parties, which was probably a good thing. And finally, J-Lo used to date Diddy, so of course she attended some of his parties. The pair met in 1999 after Diddy worked with Jennifer on the music video for her song, If You Had My Love. Now, the couple were involved in a shooting in a New York nightclub, which ended up with both of them getting arrested, and while J-Lo's charges were dropped, Diddy went to trial but was later acquitted. Now, they ended up breaking up in 2001, and a statement made to ABC by Diddy's publicist said, "Mr. Combs confirmed that he and his love, Jennifer Lopez, have in fact broken up. He wanted to put all the rumors surrounding their relationship to rest. At this difficult time, we ask that you respect his privacy." While no reason was ever given for why they broke up, it said that Diddy cheated, and it wouldn't be surprising if he cheated on her at one of his parties. Now, since J-Lo was so close to him, she has to know some crazy stuff about the parties and crimes. It's also been rumored that all this Diddy stuff was a contributing factor in J-Lo and Ben Affleck's divorce.
It seems that embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is selling his LA mansion. Combs is looking to sell the off-market for $70 million.
Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered.
Countless victims have come forward with disturbing allegations against Puff Daddy. But here's the thing. There's one particular set of claims that has ended up being false. While Puffy is currently in jail, I believe, awaiting trial for all these alleged awful crimes, stories circulated on social media accusing the rapper of having secret underground tunnels under his home. Maybe it could have led to the Playboy Mansion. Maybe they led to Michael Jackson's home. All these theories have been debunked. So let's go through it. The rumors started when somebody created a fake CNN TV screenshot reading "Underground tunnels found at rapper's LA home," making it seem like a real news story. From there, the internet, as it does, ran with the idea like a plausible conspiracy theory. And then CNN representatives were like, hey, that is a manipulated image, not something CNN reported. Emily Kunz said that very clearly. None of the reports on the CNN website about the raids on Puffy's properties talk about the discovery of underground tunnels. This is not mentioned on any other social media accounts either. Ditto for any other reputable news outlets at the time of my jibber-jabbering today. The home does have a pool. It does have a grotto that is connected by an underwater swimming tunnel. Thank you, Los Angeles Times, for reporting that in 2014. But there are no other credible reports about any other underground tunnels in his home. However, there's plenty of speculation to go around, and today, we're gonna go through this together, folks. Popular Twitter account The Pop Tings is another one that also claimed they found a tunnel in Puffy's home, or they found news of a tunnel. Here's the tweet, folks. The interior has a private theater with capacity for 35 people, a fully equipped gym, a wine room, but the most curious thing about the property is an underwater tunnel connected to a grotto inside the luxurious mansion. Okay, folks, we're gonna fact check that. There are underwater swimming tunnels reported in the mansion. Puffy's Los Angeles mansion measures about 17,000 square feet. It does have a 3,000 square feet guest house. It does have a 35-seat theater, a gym, that wine room, and yes, an underwater swimming tunnel, but it only connects to a grotto. The mansion, which was built in 2014, has 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, and that separate spa house has a steam room, massage room, beauty salon, and that's it. Now, a lot of folks on social media were like, hey, these underground tunnels are leading to the Playboy Mansion because of its proximity to Puffy's residence. Other social media posts were like, yeah, definitely. The FBI found tunnels underneath Puffy's home that once connected, this time, to a basement at Michael Jackson's mansion. A TikTok claimed his team was nervous. They blocked the entrance to his house, begged everybody not to enter these tunnels. You don't believe me? Alright, folks. Well, on September 28th of 2024, Reddit user usadball4496 took to the MJ Innocent subreddit and claimed that they saw a video where there was an underground tunnel between Puffy and MJ's house. That same day, another user, Nene George, took to Instagram, claiming, yes, the FBI found a tunnel in Puffy's house that absolutely connected to Michael Jackson's residence. We have the video. The voiceover in the video literally said, when they, so the FBI agents, entered his bedroom, they noticed that the floor near the bed appeared to have been recently disturbed. One of the officers then moved the bed aside, and that's when they made an unbelievable discovery, an entrance covered by only a rug. The walls of the tunnel, apparently newly constructed. As they moved deeper, the officers found strange items on the floor, clothing, various clothing. Meanwhile, another speculative statement was like, okay, come on folks. And it's like, look guys, it's not true. Another Reddit user, NoSinger6718, took to the Michael Jackson subreddit this time to attach a screenshot of a TikTok video where somebody was like, yeah, the FBI just reopened Michael Jackson's end-of-life case because allegedly, same user is alleging this, Puffy's former bodyguard came forward and said Puffy was a part of Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, Left Eye, Biggie, and Tupac's final moments. As all of these claims continue to spread online in a wide form, it is worth noting none of them are true. Law enforcement has not given any confirmation on any of these rumors. It appears as if the assumptions of the case being reopened have been making the rounds. Why? Well, there was a viral claim of Puffy's head of security formerly working for Michael Jackson. 7 months ago, Reddit user 111555, lots of ones, lots of sevens, lots of ones, alleged that one Fahim Muhammad was previously the head of security for Michael Jackson before working for Puffy. And the platform user further claimed that Puffy instructed his staff to contact Muhammad in case they landed in any kind of legal trouble in Miami or California, because he could allegedly make problems and people disappear. Other similar conspiracy theories and rumors have been swirling around in recent weeks, claiming that names such as Jay-Z, Beyonce, and once again Puffy were all involved in these ends of lives. However, evidence of the same is not made available online by official sources. A lot of folks commented on the underground swimming tunnels. They're like, oh no, this is all nefarious. But here's the thing, folks. That tunnel has been featured in various real estate listings. And if you're looking at photos and videos of the property, law enforcement searches, searches, construction records, they all discredit it leading anywhere other than on the property. And representatives for Puffy and for the US Department of Homeland Security were like, no. People magazine reported that the Playboy Mansion was rumored to have a series of underground tunnels that connected the mansion to other homes in the area, ones of Mr. J. Nicholson, Mr. W. Beatty, Mr. K. Douglas, and Mr. J. Kahn. However, one staff member mentioned that these tunnels were completely closed up sometime in 1989. Some folks were like, hey, well, what about the news about Puffy listing his LA home for sale shortly before the arrest? Well, a source close to Puffy said he lived in Miami as his primary residence for years, but always planned to sell the home in LA once his daughters grew up and moved out. The house was listed, by the way, for like $61.5 million. And once again, they go through all the features in the listing. 10 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, 2-story guest house. And since the arrest of Puffy on charges of things I shouldn't say, and also racketeering, a lot of salacious details about Puffy's chaos have emerged. Specifically, the freak-off sessions. If you didn't know, federal authorities raided all of his homes in March, and in the 14-page of the indictment, all of these details have come to light. If you're wondering, hey, what were Puffy's freak-offs? Well, according to the indictment, freak-offs were elaborate and produced naughty performances that Puffy arranged, directed, enjoyed, and often electronically recorded. In arranging these freak-offs, Puffy, with the assistance of members and associates of the enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial workers across state lines and internationally. These events occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved a lot of commercial workers. During freak-offs, Puffy distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep them obedient and compliant. Without the victims' knowledge, Puffy secretly recorded videos of them participating in activities with commercial workers. After these freak-off events, both Puffy and the victims usually received IV fluids to recover from the physical strain and substance use, at least according to the indictment. So that's all fact, folks. The rapper's former bodyguard, who worked with him in the 1990s, allegedly claimed that his former employer involved huge political figures, such as princes, and a couple of preachers in those parties. So earlier this year, going back to March 2024, during those searches, and it was like all of the properties, Miami, Florida, LA, California, law enforcement seized a lot of freak-off supplies, controlled substances, and the infamous all the baby oil. Oh, almost forgot. Another conspiracy theory that circulated around the raids was that apparently Puffy escaped through the underground tunnel. So now you know, that one's also not true.